All right, so next up we got James, who's actually been in this review before. This is actually, I'm kind of curious what to focus on to get more attention for jobs and what to take out. So last time we looked at this, there's a lot of, there's a lot of stuff in here. So you're an environment artist, generalist. Yeah, come on, dude. That's what I'm talking about. That's by my hometown. For anyone who does is like, what? What's he? What? So I take out the painting stuff down here at the bottom. These kits or these sets of all these assets, I would actually, if they belong in these scenes, I would put them inside of these scenes. Right now you're spamming us with a bunch of stuff. And the way the thumbnails are formatted, it's very like, it's hard to like absorb and process. See, this asset looks pretty good. It's missing that material polish that you're expecting. Like you want the roughness difference between, or, you know, like I always say, roughness variation. You want that breakup between the different surfaces so that you know what's plastic and what's metal and what's painted metal, and where there's wear and tear. There's like no roughness information going on here. It's executed well otherwise. It's just missing that type of stuff. This one, I would remove this. This screenshot is just noise. Like it needs to be one scene. And it looks like, hang on. Is that in any of these? Because these all look very similar to me. And visually, like, how is this one? This one was made a month ago. So this, by comparison to the rest of your stuff, is probably the furthest along in your quality push. If we just paste this in here. Hey, thanks for that, man. How you doing? Jacob, what's up? So looking at this one, and we just kind of push these levels, you can see your range here is kind of, so bring this up. You can see that it's quite an empty scene, and there's a lot of roughness stuff going on here that doesn't really have, thank you for that follow, doesn't really have like a logic as to why. Like, why is there, oh, hang on here. Why is there roughness here or roughness variation here and not here, right? So it's thinking about like, okay, maybe it needs to actually be building up. Maybe it needs to be like on the bottom edge here, and then just kind of like, maybe it's picking up on the little crevices where it can build up. So you need to be thinking about that type of stuff in a physical, logical way. And then thinking about the tiling of the surface here and making sure that tiles at a rate that looks correct to the surface. Because like, I don't know what that surface is. Is that like a concrete? That must be a concrete. And like this one's also a concrete, but then it's got these metal base pieces to it, you know? Maybe this should be a different material altogether. That way you're getting this variety of surfaces. And then this is painted on top. There's like normal map seams that I'm not understanding. Oh, these are mats. Wait, what? Hang on. I don't know what this space is. I think that's another problem. Like I need to have, so this looks like the normal map is actually flipped here. Like the green channel needs to be the other way, so the highlight's under instead of over. Because right now this looks like it's coming out this way, like this. If we were to zoom in, it looks like it's doing that, but it probably needs to be doing this, right? This looks like some type of sparring space. See, there's all these small props over here. Like, how come there's not like little shelves and stuff over here for shoes and jackets and like a thing to hang your stuff on? Like you're starting to do it with stuff like this, but you just need there's no sense of scale or understanding of what the space is. Maybe there needs to be signs up here that tell you what this area is. Maybe there needs to be a thing that tells you like this is B and this one's A. Just understanding the space and what we're looking at. Also, this thing right here, scale-wise, looks very large and has like, I don't know how it's put together, right? So this width here is really wide. So this looks more like a block out for what you think you want to put up here, but you hadn't actually created it yet. You're just like making sure that it's there. But yeah, quantum, I think you're right that this looks like a rubber material. I would even go a step further and say that having a decal for roughness that goes here, that kind of shows like footprints and people moving around and like just action from a previous fight or sparring, or I don't know. I'm not in the know when it comes to this type of stuff. But yeah, thinking about taking these surfaces so you don't have these hard edges here, and like how does this connect? Like does this go down like this, and then is there like a bracket thing that connects these all together, or is it literally one piece? And if it is that like, do you need to be beveling these edges? You know, like do these edges need to be softer or rounded or anything like? It looks like you're beveling here. I don't know what any of the spaces are, so a lot of signage would really help. What's up, Muck? Focus time, huh? Yeah, the other thing I was going to say, it is really dark, so I didn't know what I was seeing here. It's just really, it's empty. There's a lot of room to like explain spaces and know, like, what is this area? What is this stuff here? There's propping here, but I don't understand what it might be. And like, where does this go? Where's that light coming from? It's knowing like your light sources, like these look like lights. Maybe this needs to be like actually projecting some rays out. You know? Using the rule of thirds would help. I mean, in this angle, I think the rule of thirds is, I don't think you have to worry about that right now. It's more about understanding what the space is and fully executing on the materials and understanding if this is correct or not, like this wall piece, and taking that further, building these structures so they actually look put together and it doesn't look like geometry with like a cutout opening. Understanding your surfaces and then kind of just bringing everything together so I know what everything is. Like this space back here is something for sure. What is going on? There we go. This space back here is something different from this space. Is this space different from this one? Like, what are these spaces? Is this, is this a bay that's closed right now? Is there supposed to be, maybe this should be like bay 001 or something, Understanding everything and having everything making sense is really important, I think. I think the best way to check on your normal maps is if you look at your green channel, you'll see essentially highlights on the pieces that should be getting hit from light from above. And if that highlight is happening on the wrong side, then you know that it's pointing the wrong way. You just invert that green channel and you're good. But I don't think your question was what to focus on to get more attention for jobs and what to take out. I would literally, like, not even kidding. Let's see these. I would take these kits, simplify the thumbnails so they're not clipping on the edge, maybe show like a few props, and then say kit. So obstacles kit, prop kit or something like that. This is getting close to it. You're still clipping a little bit here. Really clean these up. Make the backgrounds the same if possible, so they're all blending together. And then I would remove like the bottom 5 here, and I would remove any of your sketched stuff. I would take another pass on the roughness of this, And then you really just need to focus on your materials and your lighting. And then the logic of your spaces. I think with what you have here, you still can't really get into a studio yet. But I think with a few tweaks like I'm talking about on new scenes or pushing stuff a little bit further, like if you fix the roughness on this one and got material separation on these, brought that to the front, took this scene, moved it over here, did a lighting pass on this and brought in all the changes I was talking about, you would be like substantially further along than where you're at right now. And you could probably wipe out half of your portfolio at no effect to your quality. Like you would look better removing like half of this stuff. It doesn't need to all be in here. Hey, thanks for the 35-month streak. Jesus, man. Yeah, where is time going? What's happening? Anyways, hopefully that was helpful. I remember reviewing your portfolio before, and it's the same problem still, as like the scenes are too dark, colors are too saturated, and now with your more recent scene, it's just the logics behind what's in the scene need to be answered. And then I would just clean up your thumbnails so it's easier to read your portfolio. It's very like noisy and busy right now, so keep that in mind. But yeah, cool. I'm going to get on to the next one. Thanks for submitting your portfolio again. And I look forward to seeing the next progress on your portfolio.